Well, I've got a fun little farkle or mod or whatever you want to call it for the DR here today. And that is JNS lowered and extended to the rear foot pegs. So these foot pegs, if you can tell, this foot peg mount just lowers the foot peg itself 1.5 inches and then moves the mount an inch to the rear. Now I've done this already on this bike with some steel homemade lowering plates that I created. However, I found that I hit them all the time when I was on stuff. So I'd be hitting them on rocks, and I've caught them, and it actually, I believe this is actually what caused my crash down at Moab. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just my lack of skill, but it definitely caught there and it definitely threw me off. And the other reason I wanted to do this is I'll show you, is this right here. And if you can't see that, I'm hoping you can, is that thing moves when you step on it. So what happens here is when I'm on this machine, it feels like the pegs are slanted to the lower part. And you can actually see that here. If I look at it from behind, you can actually see that these pegs have kind of a slant to the outside, and I definitely do not want that. It feels like you're filling off. I never have, because these pegs are pretty grippy, but we definitely want to remove those. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'll just show you one of these, and then you guys can figure out that all you got to do is rinse and repeat. So what I have to do here is remove these bolts, and you can actually see right here where I took a pretty good hit. But we're going to remove these bolts, pull this off of here, and we'll swap these pegs over to the new ones and put them on. So. Okay, you see these are pretty meated up anyway, so we'll pull those off. That's better. Okay, so there's those plates. You can see here I took quite a few hits on them, but they did pretty well. I think I'll go ahead and polish these up, and I'll either give them away or sell them or something. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens. Considering the aluminum ones are $100 and something, these are still, you know, I think they work pretty good. So I'll clean them up, repaint them, and I'll either sell them or give them away. So first thing we got to do is we got to pull this foot peg off. So I'm going to grab this pair of needle nose. Okay. I'm going to twist this so I can access these. Straighten them out as best I can. I need to get a set of cotter pins. I just haven't done it yet. So I'll reuse these. They're not too used at this point. Okay. Cotter pin goes back in the hole. Pull that around. And there, we're changed out. And we've got some new bolts that came with this. We'll grab a couple of these. So these are some new grade bolts. And so we're going to swap that out to the new bolts, and those will go on just like that. So looks like I don't have a lot of clearance with those on there, so I'm going to go ahead and Loctite those now. And with these, I'm going to do a pretty heavy coat of Loctite. I usually do a small strip, but where these are a lifesaver thing, you know, it's something that can be life-threatening if you get it wrong. I'm not going to scrimp on Loctite, especially because if these go on right, this will be something that won't be played with for quite some time. So do that one. And I'm not sure if these are a 14. Nope, they are not. So probably a 15, or maybe even a 14. Yep, looks like 14 mil. Okay, I'm gonna turn up my clutch so I don't over tighten these. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not cross-threading these. Okay, feels all right. Okay, so now that I've got that down, I'll tighten this manually. Okay, and then tighten the bolts to 39 nanometers, 28 foot-pounds. So I'll just bring this down to 30, which is right there, and we'll come down to 28. Okay, lock that in, and we will grab this here. Okay, that's it. That is the right torque spec. So that's all there is to it. And now those don't move at all, as you can see. Nice and solid. They feel like they're flat with the bike. That is going to be so much better. All right, so we got some new feet, or at least a foot spot on the DR. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, but I won't have to bother you guys with that. But hope this helpful for you. I'll let you know how this works, and we'll see you on the trails.